everyone. So I'm really excited to show you my course that I've made. And it is the practice course. I have a brand new textbook and curriculum for my class, so I'm kind of shooting in the dark right now, but I've modeled it a little bit more after last year's class. And then knowing what's coming, I'm trying to make sure that I have spaces for the new parts. So this is the launch page for my course, and it has the title. It has a little picture of me. It's the picture I use for all my professional stuff. It has my name, my email address, and then I have my cell phone because I'm an adjunct, and I don't want to give my high school phone number out, so I just use my cell phone number for business. I have a welcome message that tells a little bit about what's going to happen. I have the course introduction assignment, and I haven't completely developed it yet, and that's why it's in red, so that I can go back and find it later. But in that first week of introductions and things like that, I want to make sure that they understand how to navigate Brightspace, how to navigate all of my different assignments, and also how to, all the expectations that are in the syllabus, of course. I love this little widget. Kayla showed me how to do this, where the calendar's over on the side, and that way they can keep track of assignments and all of that. And I also have the activity feed, so as the discussions happen, it should show the activity feed for the students as well. I have a picture here just showing who I am with my family when we were in New York on a student trip. And then I, of course, say to get started, please click on the word content, the navigation bar, and then we're going to go to course introduction module. So we'll come up here to the content, and we will start with what that looks like. I'm sorry, my internet's a little slow. So you can see with my table of contents, I modeled mine a lot after Kayla's because I really liked how that felt. It felt very user-friendly for the kids, especially as they're navigating this online environment. So this is my landing page. I make all of my graphics in a app called Canva, C-A-N-V-A. And I like it because you can really customize it and make those pictures your own. But, of course, I got all the pictures off of the Creative Commons and then just made it my own with my little label and my name. And so on this first course information, the table of contents, so you can see that I've got pictures loaded again so they see me. That's my husband and I in a photo booth at prom, and I wished I remembered what he said that made me laugh so hard. I have my course syllabus. Of course, we just got our new template for the course syllabus, so I'm updating it so you're going to see this and see that it is outdated. But for right now, this will work for the purposes of our class today. You can click through. You can see all the different topics I have. I did go ahead and load all the course resources for the students so that they would be able to find everything that they need. So when I'm in this course information, sorry, I clicked and got out of it. That's what kids are going to do too. So I have my instructor information. Again, it clearly states it's my cell phone. I really liked how Kayla set it up, and I copied a lot of what she said because it felt very organic to the kids and being able to make sure that they understand what they need. I am going to have virtual office hours. Mine have to be in the evening unless it's by appointment because I do teach high school. And so if they make an appointment, I may be able to do it on my conference period if we're back in school face-to-face. But this way, I'm going to go ahead and put the link in for the kids so that they'll automatically have the link there. It's in the syllabus, and then I'm going to make a separate announcement for it as well. I did tell them I prefer to be texted because that's just my preference. Internet's not always the best. Phone call. I have AT&T, and it's not great in West, so I want to make sure that they can get a hold of me. I gave a little bit about me and my background so that they would get to know me and try to create that instructional presence. I did a course description that tells our objectives. Of course, these are the objectives that we evaluate on our SLO assignment at the end, but these are the objectives that we hope that the kids will learn over the course of the semester. I have my grading criteria. I'm really excited about this because I really hate standardized tests, and I don't like that multiple choice stuff. And so I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to try something new, and I'm going to ditch the final exam. I know that we've talked a lot about academic integrity online, and it's just my belief. It's always been my belief in my pedagogy that if you do projects that you don't have to worry about academic integrity so much because it's a student product and a student creation. And so when you look at my grading criteria, you're going to see that you have to earn a 60% or above. quizzes and daily assignments will count for 25% of the student's overall grade. The discussion board, of course, will count for 25%, and then projects will be 50%. Those weekly discussion boards, something that goes back to my special education days when I taught the behavior kiddos, is that you can't expect kids to do something if you don't tell them the expectations up front, because then it becomes a gotcha situation. And so I make sure to say that what a meaningful response to a classmate means. It can't say I agree or disagree. They can't do attacks, and especially in government, it can get kind of crazy, especially as you're comparing political ideologies. And so I've told them that if something gets out of hand, they will have to have a face-to-face Zoom meeting with me, and I'm hoping that that will curb it a little bit. In the 11 years I've taught this class, I've only had one situation where it became an attack on the discussion board, and we were able to nip that in the bud and handle it. I have the checklist like Kayla had with us so that we can make sure that we can keep the kids on track. That really helped me as we went through the class. And then, of course, projects. After talking to Kayla on our group discussion or our individual Zoom today, we talked about how you can make sure that everybody works. And so she told me how she does it with some proof of group collaboration. And I still have the kids self-evaluate each other and themselves at the end of a project, but they're also going to have to show me some of their collaborations. I do not have my schedule loaded yet. It will be there. I like that idea of saying that week 1, this is what we're doing, week 2. It's just, I am not 100% sure how I'm going to organize my class with our new learning resources. And so I left that blank for now. Important student resources. This is everything that MCC provides for kids. And so I want to make sure they have access to all that. It gives them some great tech support, Brightspace support, academic support, all of that good stuff that I think they need. I'm going to show you a sample 2 units that I've been working on. My first unit is the Constitution. This is my favorite unit, and I don't know how I'm going to fit that in with my new book, but I like talking about how we got the Constitution, all the political philosophies that came to us, and that we use to develop this document that's still alive today. And so the kids, it is linked to the outside book publisher resources. And so they will do, they'll read the book, they'll read the chapter, there will be a lecture video, and then they will have a guided reading notes section, and then they'll take a little quiz on it just to make sure they're reading and give them that accountability. I don't ever want kids to get so behind that they can't catch up. And I think in online that is a real possibility, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen. I have a web quest in here that I've developed so that the kids can get used to looking at credible sources and making sure that they understand a credible source versus a non-credible source. And then this is actually an article that I use, and it talks about all the different philosophers that helped guide our founding fathers in developing our Constitution, and then they have a reading guide assignment to go with it as well. In Unit 4, this is the other one I've been working on, is our judicial branch. Again, I've got the readings, the reading check, and then I've got my entry document to my project. I need to go in and do the citations for this, but it will kind of give you an idea. In my projects, I give them an authentic launch document, and so this is they're going to be first-year law associates, and they're taking on a case that's going to the Supreme Court, and they're deciding if they're advising their law firm if they're going to take the case or not, if it has merit. And so it's about women in the Special Forces, and it talks about the 5th and 14th Amendment rights and their connection to that case, so they can see the actual amendment in progress. And then after every project document, kids do what's called a know and need to know. And it's a way for them to kind of think critically about what they need to know, and then also to make sure they're reading critically and getting all the facts down. And I tell them nothing's too small, so tell me everything you know from that document. And this also is a way for them to start looking at opinion versus fact, because if it's not on the document, it's not something they know. And it's just something to try to get them more prepared when they go off to college, because remember, I am a dual credit instructor and it's a college course, but they won't always have that guidance at home, and so I want to make sure that they really understand. Every week we'll have a discussion post. I have my first one developed. This is our course introduction. They're going to tell me their name, their interests and hobbies, any extracurricular activities and work. I want to know what else they're fighting with time-wise with my course. Their future plans, like if they're going to transfer out of MCC, if they're going to a four-year university, if they're going to go to TSTC, what their work plans are, what their major they'd like to do, and then one fun fact about you that makes you unique or that nobody else knows. My fun fact is always that when I was an assistant principal at Burleson High School, I used to put Kelly Clarkson in Saturday school for being tardy. She told me she could be tardy because in her job she'd pay somebody to get her there on time. And I said, what are you going to be? And she said, a rock star. And I said, so everybody wants to be a rock star, so what's your backup plan? And we saw how well that worked, didn't we? So that's always my fun fact, and kids always think that's kind of cool. So that's my discussions. I think that's pretty much it. I've got my announcements up. I have my hello and welcome, of course, and then I will do a weekly announcement just like Kayla did. And I think I showed you guys the checklist I developed for Unit 1. I want to make sure that's there. Oh, I didn't show you this. This is Unit 0, which is the course introduction. This is also where they'll start. And it gives them an overview of how to navigate everything on the textbook site so that they can make sure to see that and do that. And I have an introduction video of myself talking. And then this is the checklist that I developed watching with Kayla. So I'm really proud of that because I think that's going to help organize them. Here's my intro video so you can just see a little piece of it. And it's me talking. And it's just walking them through how they're going to access everything. I've got my closed captions on. They automatically load. I figured out how to do that, so I'm pretty proud of that. And that's basically where I'm at. I can't wait to see everybody else's classes, and I really enjoyed this class a whole lot. I told Kayla it kind of reinforced my pedagogy, and it was really refreshing. So I'm excited to teach online. Thanks so much, guys.